What it do, what it do, what it do? Welcome back to the channel, baby.
Yeah.
What it do, what it do, what it do, Half and J family. Welcome back to the channel, baby.
Yes.
It's your boy Half.
And your girl Jay.
And we back
With another reaction video.
What's going on, y'all, man?
Yes.
Hope everybody out there smoking good. Hope everybody out there doing good.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? My
Yes.
bad.
Yes. Yes.
Smoking good too, though. But, so anyway, we're about to jump into another reaction, man. We just did a very, very, very touchy subject on the last reaction, so I want y'all to go check that out.
Ooh.
That one was crazy.
Yeah.
Crazy. So anyway, let them know who we're reacting to today.
We're reacting to Candace Owens, and the title is Candace Owens Triggers White Liberal Meltdown.
Now y'all know Candace Owens, she said what she wanted to.
Yeah.
Me and Jay and myself have been out a few times. We have seen some people who watched our videos.
And they do not like Candace.
They do not like Candace.
And told us to our face that we
Right.
we pissed them off.
Right.
But hey.
Right. It is what it is. That's part of the program. That's part of you know what I mean, what comes with the
territory.
With the territory. So
Yeah.
you know. Oh, and by the way, if y'all have not yet done so, go ahead and hit up the website. You know, it's www.halfandj.com. Y'all go check out the website. You know,
Yes.
there's a lot of things on there y'all might be interested in. So go check it out. So anyway, we gotta get into the reaction. You ready?
I'm ready.
But before we do, everybody that's out there who has not yet subscribed to the channel, man, go ahead and smash that subscribe button.
Yes.
Turn your post notifications on.
Yes.
Like and share this video.
Yes.
Man, comment down below.
Man, yes.
Come and join the squad.
Come on.
Half and J.
Yes.
Man. We over here getting on what? Good vibes, baby. Good vibes. Boom.
And babe, I didn't get to say.
I thought you said that.
No, I didn't get to say it. Sure. So you gotta say, leave a comment.
Leave a comment. Let's get it, man.
Was there ever a point in history where white privilege did exist?
No. Yeah, I suppose when we lived in a country where if you were black, you were not allowed to go into certain places, right? I suppose you could say again, and I guess that wouldn't be white privilege. You would call that Nordic privilege in the progressive era when there were signs that said Irish need not apply. So that's a different. That is white on white, a lack of a privilege. Of course, there's examples in the history of the world where you would have been privileged if your skin was white, especially in this country and in other countries as well. But today, no, white privilege does not exist.
When did it end?
Over time, beginning with the civil rights era, it's not a particular incident or moment, but multi-generations, the country became significantly less racist. I would say after Reconstruction, after the Civil War, after, when we had desegregation, fought the Democrat institutional racism. We fought back against the KKK when the Civil Rights Act was signed, when blacks were allowed to participate in Major League Baseball, the National Football League, the National Basketball Association, serve in elected office. All those things, contributed to the end of what used to be privilege in society, white privilege.
You said less racist. Is it still somewhat
No,
racist?
do you just have questions? I think.
No, you said you wanted a dialogue. I'm happy.
Oh, okay. No.
It's the least racist country in the world.
No, America is not a racist country today.
Is it still racist? So
No.
when did it end?
No.
Wait. Did she say that it's not a racist country anymore?
Mm-hmm.
I don't believe that.
Okay.
What you feel?
I mean, I've experienced racism.
We have racism. I mean, that's just facts. I mean, come
I
on
have,
now.
I have
That's
experienced.
100% facts. There's racism in this country.
I've personally experienced racism too, and I said this on my channel.
Yeah.
I was pregnant with Mia.
Yeah.
And I was sitting down, minding my own business. I was with another pregnant lady. We were sitting down eating, and a guy just randomly out of the blue just started calling us the N-word.
Yeah.
Just said it so loud to where everybody in the restaurant is just looking at us. I don't know. Maybe he was on drugs or I don't know. I've experienced it a few times.
Yeah, it's racism in this country. Now, it's not as it was way back when, like when my mom was, you know, coming up in her days and my grandfather was coming up in his days. No, it's not like that. We have moved way past that. But the statement she just made, that no, there is not racism in this country anymore, that's false. Because it is. That's just that simple. My homeboy they're an interracial couple, white and black. He tell me they get it all the time.
Racism?
Yeah, all the time.
So what necessarily is white privilege, though?
I don't know what white privilege is.
Because, you know, I have seen white people being discriminated against as well.
That's what I'm saying.
So what?
It's not. I don't feel like it's white privilege again, like it was 60 years ago, 70, 80 years ago.
Right, like she said, like we weren't
Exactly.
allowed
We wasn't
in
allowed to play
restaurants.
and use white. You can get loans that blacks couldn't get, or Hispanic, whatever the case may be. You know what I'm saying?
So is that white privilege?
I guess
Just being entitled to be at a place
that ain't nobody else
allowed
to. I mean, what else would you call it? That's the only race that's allowed there.
So is white privilege and racism the same thing? Because I was allowed to eat in that restaurant. He didn't work at the restaurant, but he was
that's
just
what I'm saying.
he was just a racist person.
Right, but see, it's different now because back then they literally had signs on their window: blacks are not welcome here. Blacks cannot eat here.
I know. So that's white privilege.
That's white privilege or racism, or both in the same pot. If you want to do it like that, you know what I'm saying? But again, as far as her saying there's no racism in America still, that's a false statement to me. That's just my personal opinion. Because like I say, it's out there. It's not as it was.
But that's my question.
Is white privilege racism?
No, I asked that question, but it goes hand in hand with what I'm saying. But so today, we're not allowed to go certain places.
No, I'm not saying today. We can go anywhere today.
That's what my question is. Like, is that race being? Is that not having white privilege by us not being accepted into a facility, like, or is that just blatant racism? You know do you understand what I'm saying? Like,
So are you just saying basically in a nutshell, if a certain race is not allowed in a certain building, is that what you're saying? Is that considered racism? Is that what you're asking?
Yeah, that's what I'm asking.
Okay, so a certain race not allowed in a certain building. Is that racism? It would have to be.
Okay, yeah, okay.
Why wouldn't it be?
But we're allowed to go wherever we want freely.
Correct.
So is that racism?
No, that's not racism. To be allowed to go anywhere you want to go? No, how's that racism?
I'm just that's what I'm saying.
Oh, okay,
like,
yeah.
there's racist people. So do you feel that white privilege
Is right now today?
Yeah.
No, that's what I'm saying. No, I don't feel like it's. I mean, maybe in certain cases it may be like you said, in certain, constitutions that whoever the top man is, whatever the case may be, he may be that type of person to where he's racist himself as an individual, to where he's stopping and preventing a lot of other races to come up, or whatever the case may be. But for the majority of the world, no, I don't feel like there's no white privilege. Like, no, I don't feel like, this person's white and he will get a better opportunity than I am because I'm black. And
so
not,
do you
not
think?
on 2022.
So you think racism is
still lives
still
in America, absolutely, but not in the form to where certain race is not allowed in certain buildings, or certain, you know what I'm saying, or certain race is not allowed to eat at certain restaurants. It's not in that form, but it's in the form to where, you still have people that, like the incidents you had that was calling you the N-word and this, that, and the third. You still have that kind of racism.
And then I also did a reaction to a video about a white student being he was being judged, and it was a black students were trying to kick him out of a
Classroom, group.
I think it was, I don't know if it was a BSU building, but he was being like he was threatened to being kicked out of that.
Yeah, but they can't make him though.
But that's what I'm saying. So
their racism individually, like those people who try to kick him out, they're individually racist.
So racism is still alive and well today.
Correct. Just depend on that individual, but it's not as a whole, kind of like it was then. Is what I'm trying to say.
Right.
If that makes sense.
So do you kind of understand what she's saying when she says like racism doesn't exist? Like, I know you don't agree with her, but I'm just saying.
It depends on
because
what
other
form
races-
she's talking about. It depends on what form she's talking about. Is she talking about what, like the form 60, 70 years ago? No, it don't exist. But she's talking about as far as, do people still out here have a problem with certain race and don't like certain race? That's what she's wrong at. Because people still have an issue with certain people.
Yeah.
That's what I'm saying.
Okay.
So that's still a racist person.
Okay.
That's still racism.
Right.
But as an individual though,
Right.
not as a group.
Right.
I mean, big ass groups and gangs running around. You know what I'm saying? Like it was 60, 50, 70 years ago is what I'm saying. You had big ass groups that was blatantly out there saying, I don't like you.
Right.
You follow what I'm saying? But now it's more hidden and more disguised. You follow what I'm saying? Like they're in different positions now than they were back then, in my personal opinion. You feel me? And like I say, some people still don't like certain race. That's just facts.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, and that's why I don't agree with her on. And if that's the way she's saying it, that's why I don't agree with her on. But as far as saying races in America as a whole, like it was then, then I agree 100%. No, it's not like that at all. Period.
So do you feel black people are racist?
Absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely. We can be sometimes one of the racist ones. To be honest with you, you feel me? Some of us don't like damn near no race.
Wow. Yeah.
You feel me? For real. So that's just what it is. But that's why I said it's as an individual of how you feel about about a person. Me personally, I never understood racism. Me.
Right.
You feel me?
I've
Because
had friends every race.
that's what I'm saying. It's like everybody to me is the same. It's the same. Like we're all humans. We're all breathing the same air. You know what I'm saying? It's like, so I can't not like a whole race because that one race did something to me.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? So I don't hate the whole race because of that. And that's kind of like how the shit to me all stemmed from. You know what I'm saying? Like somebody was jealous of a race because for whatever reason, and they just started just liking that race. Like why do they always talk about how whites didn't like blacks? Like why they talk about that? Like what made them not like blacks? You see what I'm saying?
I mean, I don't think it's a jealousy thing.
And I'm not saying a jealousy thing, but what was it though?
Just because we're raised different, probably. And
I'm talking about way back in the day.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, just I don't know. People just harbor hatred sometimes.
That's what.
And
But what made, so to speak, the white person didn't like the black person and wanted to make him a slave, or wanted to make this race a slave, or the black
it
wanted
just,
to make this
I
person
feel
a slave.
it triggers from some type of hurt and pain, and people take things out on other people. You know what I'm
Right.
saying?
Right.
Like just how, slavery existed, the Holocaust, just all kind of events
That's what I'm
have
saying.
happened.
That's
And
my
it's-
point. The Holocaust.
And I've said it before: hurt people, and that's the thing.
Yeah,
It's something deep
right.
within,
Right.
So it
That's what I mean
stems
by
from
that.
something within themselves
Right.
that people feel that way.
Right.
And I feel every race has a group of people who are racist.
That's my
And
whole
because
point.
but I'm saying a lot of times people exclude black people as being racist. And that's just the truth. And it's
they
not,
exclude them because based off of their history. So they feel like it's okay for them to feel that way. You follow what I'm saying? Because
Right.
they feel like what they have been through. So like you said, they exclude them from being goes back to comedy. Right? When a black person get on there and start saying funny jokes about any race, they don't look at it as being racist.
right.
You see what I'm saying? Because like I
Because
said,
a white comedian can't, when they if a white comedian go in
right.
on black
any
people,
race,
yeah,
any other race,
they're considered racist.
they consider race. So they gotta be very careful of how
What
they
say,
approach
the
it.
delivery, everything.
You feel what I'm
yeah.
saying? But a black comedian can go in there and say however they want to say about
yeah, and the crowd is just
right. That's my point.
But
It's
as
because-
soon as a comedian get up there and say something,
Right.
they are destroyed.
Right.
They're blackballed,
Right.
canceled.
right.
And it's just, I don't know.
Because
And
they, like I said, they feel like since we have like what everybody like we have went through what we went through with the little slavery and all that little shit, you know what I'm saying? They feel like we have earned, you know what I'm talking about, the right, to express ourselves the way we want to without having to have the backlash of saying, oh, this person racist.
And that's just not fair.
It's
And I'm just
not.
gonna say it, and
I mean,
I don't
it's-
care who gets mad. It's
Yeah.
just not fair. It is what it is. Like there's racism in every race, and no one should be excluded from it just because of what the history was back in the day.
Right.
It's just not fair. It's not right to be mean to people. Period.
Right.
Point blank.
Right.
So that's my thought, and I don't care who gets mad about it. It's just the truth, and
Right.
and that's just how I feel.
Right.
You can't answer the question.
It ended when it's.
You
It ended.
I just did.
Okay,
No, you didn't. You said
I
less
will
racist.
answer.
I'm
I'll
asking
answer.
you
I'm
what it
answering you.
Thank you.
When it stopped being systemic, when there stopped being laws in
Yes.
place that stopped
That's
me
a
as
great
a black person doing what you're able to do as a white man.
No, I'm not asking that.
That's what I just said. That was my whole point right there. And that's why I said. If from back then, it's not the same. It's not the same racism.
It's totally different.
It's totally different. But like you just said, there's every race it has a group of individuals who still racist though. It's just not broadcasted like it was then. Like she said, there was rules in place to where blacks couldn't walk into a building.
And that-
Actual rules and laws though. That's what I'm saying.
And this is going to be a little off topic, but I do believe there's pretty privilege. Like if you look a certain way,
That's still racism.
but I'm just saying, like
Yeah,
I
that-
believe there's pretty
But-
privilege.
yeah.
If you're a very beautiful person,
Yeah.
you're gonna get treated like
That's racism too.
really
to me.
good. But sometimes you can meet a person who's jealous of the way you look and will treat you very, very bad. You know?
I mean, everybody knows the old saying. You know, you dress up, they gonna treat you different. You dress down, they gonna treat you how you look. You know what I'm saying? Like you can literally walk into a building all dressed up, fly, whoop de wop bam. They gonna dress you in a totally different
Oh
way.
yeah, I had that happen to me.
You know what I'm saying?
I had that happen to me. I went to, I don't even want to say the name of the place, but I went there and I had on you guys know how I love rocking my t-shirts, and I had on sweats and I had on slides. And it was just, a random shopping trip. I went to go purchase some items. I didn't even purchase the items because of how the service was. They greeted everybody that walked through the door except for me. And I had my daughter with me who was, she was dressed. I wasn't. I didn't feel like I needed to dress to go pick up these items. So I was never helped, never greeted, any of that. To the point I was so upset I didn't even make the purchase in the store
Right.
because of how I was dressed down.
Right.
Versus if I were dressed up, I
Right.
know I would have gotten a different
Yeah.
treatment.
They seen you and you look like you didn't belong there.
Right. Not knowing
But see, the richest person dresses
that
down.
they're not flashy.
Yeah, they got normal stuff on. Wrinkled t-shirt, pants, jeans on, some flip-flops or something. But got $1 billion in the bank account. You feel me? So, you never know.
You never know.
And me being in the profession that I was in for selling cars, I learned that then.
Never
You know what
judge
I'm
a
saying?
book by its cover.
Never. 'Cause the first car I ever sold was from a man on the bicycle. Rode
Really?
in on the rail. Rode in on the dealership with a backpack on, with money in his backpack. It was only like maybe about $12,000, but he was ready to buy cash. You feel what I'm saying? But everybody else who was out there, they just paid him no attention. He out there rolling around on the bike, looking at cars, everybody looking at us, pointing at him. You feel me? I'm a new green pea. I run out there, boom, long story short, I get the car.
And I've always been the type of person to talk, like even in school. I'm sorry we're making this long, y'all, but I've always been the type of person in school.
Right.
I always spoke to the kids that no one else would speak to. I've always been that way. I like for everybody to feel included. And just, you know, just going on lunch at school, just seeing the kids standing off to themselves, you can make a person's day by simply saying hello and not judging them by the way they look or the way they dress or, you know what I'm saying? I've always been that way, and I've instilled that in my kids because
tell them about good morning.
Yeah.
You feel me?
And you know, you might not have a school bombing. You know what I'm saying? You might not have someone commit suicide.
Just listen though.
Yeah, exactly.
And what they're expressing to you, because they're expressing it to you for a reason.
For a reason.
You feel what I'm saying? A lot
or
of
sometimes they're just a recluse and just super quiet, and you know, sometimes it just take that person to, you know, like I said, to say hello, and you're gonna, you know, make their day, wanted. And they're gonna want to continue talking to you, or if they see you, say hello, and you know what I'm saying? I like for everybody to feel comfortable around me. Like that's always been me. That's just my, and you're like that too. We love to make people feel comfortable. But sorry, you guys. Look how long.
Disintegration is not simply that issue.
Yes, you just asked me to define when it stopped being, when this country stopped being racist. That's the answer.
When?
I can't give you the exact date and time and hour. I'm telling you when.
Give it a decade.
What do you
Mid-1970s.
Yeah, about right.
Mid-1970s. So mass incarceration affecting black and brown communities disproportionately
Because they committed more crimes.
They committed more. As to why? Why did they commit more crimes? Is
Because we ripped apart the family.
Because of their economic situation. I'm not fucking talking to you, dude.
Why are liberals so angry? I can't figure out why you're angry. Why are you angry?
I'm not a liberal, so stop assuming my political affiliation.
You just came out of nowhere and just start cursing.
No, you invited me up here, raised my hand,
I know, but
and you
I'm
said,
saying you
come
just
up
turned
here.
around and
No,
you're cursing at someone. Why don't you calm down? It's just a conversation.
I'm perfectly calm. I can curse
You don't
while
have
being
to turn
calm.
around and curse anyone behind you.
I can.
You're okay?
It's a free country, right?
Okay. No, but I'm saying that it's not necessary to have this dialogue for you to turn around and be angry. I do always remark, and I am going to suspect that you are liberal because right now you're trying to sell me my own.
I'm not liberal.
You're selling me my own impression, so that's a very liberal
I'm
stance.
not liberal.
Usually when a white man stands up and tells me that yes, this is a racist country and is oppressed, they do tend to be liberal. Only liberals try to sell me my impression.
But I'm not.
But okay, I'm not going to assume your political ideology. So here's
Yes, I do.
I mean, to answer your question for me, when the system stops being racist and there's nothing stopping us, and you brought up the prison rates, and you said something that was actually really important. You said it's because their communities have been economically depressed. So that would not be because of the color of your skin. That's economic privilege. If you ask me whether or not I believe in economic privilege, I would tell you yes. If you ask me whether or not I think that somebody born into a family of billionaires will be afforded more privileges in life than somebody that is born in the projects of Chicago, I would say yes, because economic privilege in this country does exist. But there is no law in place that is stopping a person because of the color of their skin from gaining that economic privilege. Which is why I do not believe that white privilege, based upon the color of your skin, exists.
Is black poverty and white poverty different? Do they face different?
No, poor is poor.
That's a lie. White people are more likely to be in rural poverty, which is different than urban poverty.
That's because black people don't live in rural parts of America.
What?
That's because black people don't live in rural parts of America.
Why? Historically, why? Why did black people flock?
Because of Lyndon Baines Johnson, urban planning, central planning, Great Society, where he said, we are going to verticalize the black community, destroy the black father, introduce drugs in the late 1960s, subsidize single motherhood, which used to be 22% in the 1960s, which is now 73%. Only a government program could make something like that happen.
Did it have anything to do with the lynchings in the South and the hostility towards black people in the South?
Well, first off, you say...
Is there any reason why they left the South for that reason?
Just so everybody knows, literally one-third of the people that were lynched in the South were white Republicans. So Republicans were being lynched in the South as well. So let's not pretend that if your argument, if you're asking me, it seems like you're no, I just responded.
Does it have
it was a
anything
dialogue.
to do black people leaving the South and going to inner cities and other
He just
parts of
answered
the
that
country
question for you.
have anything to no? I said, does it have anything to do with the KKK,
Very little to nothing.
lynchings,
Yes.
and violence in the South that black people face?
So what it has to do with is the fact that black people continue.
Answer my question.
No,
Very little
you're-
to
Does
nothing.
it? Yes or no?
Very
You're
little.
not allowing me to
Answer.
listen. You're not going to be like you're not my boss.
You
So
guys
don't
do the
tell me.
same shit.
Don't
You
tell me
guys
how
talk
I
over
have to
people all the
answer
time.
your
I was just
question.
over there
Okay,
with you shutting people down.
nobody's intimidated from you telling me how I'm
I'm
going to
not
answer
trying
your
to
question.
intimidate you. I'm
You're
trying
not
to have
gonna
an honest
cut me off,
conversation.
okay?
No, I'm
So
trying to have an honest
why don't you
conversation,
stop?
which you
Why don't you
guys do not
stop
want.
exercising your invisible white privilege and let the black girl talk for a second, okay?
No, this has nothing to do with
Okay,
that.
so to answer your question,
So white privilege
everything
exists.
that you're
Wait,
talking
wait, wait,
about-
wait,
no,
wait.
I said invisible white privilege.
does it exist
I
then?
said invisible white privilege. If you listen,
Of course it's
okay?
invisible.
So
White
first
privilege is
things
not a
first,
tangible
white
thing.
privilege does not exist. Economic privilege does exist. Okay. If you're asking me, do I think the black community has been crippled economically? The answer would be yes. It has been crippled economically by Democrat policies. You just heard
Who
me say
cares
that
who
in
does
there.
it?
I
Democrats
care.
are
So that
Americans.
tells you-
Democrats are in America,
because
so
that
therefore
tells
you
you-
just
that
admitted
tells you-
that there has been disadvantages
It
by
is not
two
race.
black
It
people,
is
by
not-
Democrats
it
who
is
are
not
American.
based
You
off
just
of
admitted it.
It is not based off. You asked
No.
me if white privilege exists. The answer is white privilege. Because you're born white, that means you're going to not
You
have
just-
this or that. It does not exist. No, it does
You
not
just
exist.
admitted that the Democrats, the boogeyman Democrats,
They're not boogeymen. They
disadvantaged
exist.
the black
Boogeyman
people.
doesn't exist.
No,
60 years ago.
Democrats do exist.
they did it.
So
60.
boogeyman means doesn't
They did
exist.
it.
Just so you know, there
We're
are
talking about
Democrats.
So you
today.
admit that it exists.
60.
I don't think you're comprehending. You're not.
So,
You're not
let-
I'm
comprehending.
not sure that you are. You said
60 years ago, white people had it better than black people. Over time, there's no more systemic laws that are in place. Let me ask you a question. Let me ask you a question. What can a white person
Do
do
we
that a black person
disproportionately-
cannot do today in today's America? Name one thing.
well, black people.
Answer the question. Isn't that how this works?
The fucking question. Black people who smoke marijuana, black and white people smoke marijuana at the same rates. Yet a black person is 3 to 4 times more likely
I can
to be
answer
put
that.
in jail for that.
Okay.
And I know the reason why, because yeah, the police are in the urban
No,
communities, it's easier to police those
no,
communities, sure.
because
But that-
actually, I had a girlfriend, I had a family member who got a DUI, and I had a
You're
girlfriend who got a DUI.
disgraced, just to let you know, by just saying what you're saying and standing up here and knowing what's going on through the police brutality, through injustice.
I
all
love
this stuff.
this is so.
You're
I guys,
a joke.
I
You're
love
a
that
joke.
behind me. There's like black people rolling their eyes, and the 2 white guys are yelling at me, telling me that I don't agree with them. This is what I love about white liberals, right? Like they know
I'm not a
it's so
liberal.
important
You're a
for
Marxist.
them to sell us
No, I'm
our
not.
oppression that they'll come up and tell us we're under grace. Just
Do
say,
you speak
just
for all
say
black
it, just
people?
say it, just say
Can
it.
you speak for
well,
all
why
black
don't you
people?
stop speaking for black people? That would
I'm
be
not.
great, okay?
I'm not.
Oh, wow.
I need to see that whole clip of that.
Right. Woo.
She went in though. Damn, she went in.
Wow.
Well, anyway, we already been talking too long.
Oh yeah, we
anyway,
talked
man.
a long time.
So we're gonna go ahead and jump into some shout outs.
Okay, first shout out goes to War. I can't get it out.
World War?
Warrior. No. Y'all. War Child Warrior. What's up, War Child Warrior?
We're
I
gonna
could
get
not
it
get that
together.
out.
War
Oh my
Child
God.
Warrior.
Woo.
Shout out War Child Warrior.
Yes. War Child
WCW.
Warrior. War Child.
Yeah, WCW.
I can't.
War Child Warrior.
War Child Warrior.
Yeah, WCW. Shout out to you. You feel me?
Woo. Second shout out goes to Flog. What's up, Flog?
Flog, what's going on with your man? That rhymes with frog. But anyway,
Oh, my.
shout out to you. And that rhymes with small. Get small.
You know what?
Shout out to you though, Flog. Hope you enjoyed that reaction though, man. Come back and join us for some more.
Yes, come back.
And we apologize. We won't talk to y'all
We
ears
did.
off for like 30 minutes.
Oh yeah, we talked a lot. Yeah, so
Peace.